you. My name is Akila.
My name is Derek.
And have you ever had an ongoing conversation with your homegirl or your homeboy in the middle of an outing and nobody else knew? Well, that sums us up. We met at the 2024 DNC in Chicago, and we came in as strangers and left as friends. So join us, grab a bag of popcorn, a drink of your choice, water or soda, and enjoy some. We got to record that over. I'm sorry.
No, we're keeping that, and we're going to keep moving. And this is why, folks. No. This is why we keeping that. This girl is churchy. That girl read that like church announcements. And I'm not starting over because I got all the controls. I'm not starting over. Welcome to Side Conversations. I'm Derek. That's my homie Akila. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, y'all. And we came together a year ago today at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, where VP Kamala Harris was accepting a nomination to run for president of the United States. Now, we know how that ended. Yeah. But we here because we got a lot to say. We've been planning this for a while, ain't it? We've been
a long time coming.
We've been talking about this like, man, twin, we should really we got some stuff we want to say to the people. Yes. And I said, you know what? We're going to talk about it. But before we get to that, we're gonna go back to the beginning. We're going to bring y'all to how Chicago, August 22nd.
Yep.
2024. We're going to talk about how we came to be. So Akila Marie, how'd you end up in Chicago at the DNC?
So I was given an opportunity to go to the DNC by one of my favorite coworkers, who is the vice president of government relations at the job that I work at. And ironically, I just celebrated 10 years of being at my job, doing the things that I do. And we'll talk about careers and all the stuff that we do later. But he reached out to me because I was supporting an event that he was like the chair for. And he had said like, hey, would you be interested in going to the DNC? So rewind a little bit. Before the DNC, the RNC was in Milwaukee. I am a Milwaukee, Wisconsin girl. Yes, there are Black people in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
She's from the walk. I don't know what that means. I just made that.
Never heard anybody call it the walk.
No one's ever called it the walk. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the RNC was here. Your girl didn't go. Okay. It was a stay inside the house. The purge is happening downtown. Literal purge.
Stay out the streets, man.
Stay out the streets. So he reached out to me, asked if I wanted to go to the DNC because he had tickets. He had connects. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, you want to go all week? And I was like, I have too many responsibilities. Can't go all week, but I would love to go towards the end. And he was like, well, if I would pick a day for you, it would be either when the Obamas are there and for sure when VP Harris accepts the nomination. So I accepted that. I only went on her night or on her evening, her day. And that's how I got there. I took the train from Milwaukee to Chicago, which is only about an hour, 10, 15-minute train ride. A coworker of mine graciously used her points for her hotel points that she had. So God was working because, it was back to school time around that time. And I was purchasing things for my kids. And I was like, God gonna make a way for me to go, and I'm still gonna be able to manage my home. And once she found out I had the tickets, was like, no, I got you. Like, you're staying there. You're not coming back right away. Like, you're gonna do it. So that is how I got to the DNC. D. Boy Bird, how did you?
What?
I never called you that.
She acting real different. Real different. So, one thing about me, some of y'all know, others, new people, new gathering, new family, come on in, take a seat. I'm random and randomly spontaneous to where I just get up and get out. So when VP Harris, the announcement was made that, she was going to do this thing, I was like, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be, in the number, as the grown folks say. So Wednesday, I reached out to a friend of mine. Shout out to the big Mackenzo. Appreciate you. From back home in South Carolina. She's big into the political sphere. And I was like, yo, Mackenzo, you're going to be up in, Chicago for the DNC. And she was like, no, I can't make it. I was like, I'm trying to go. Like, if I go, can you get me in, to the facilities? Right. She was like, let me check. And I was like, this was Wednesday. Last minute. Thursday is when it went down.
Yep.
So she literally got back to me a couple of hours later into the evening. And I flew out Wednesday. Gone. To be in Chicago. So I ended up getting there late. I normally stay at the Hyatt, but that's where the compound was for all the DNC. That's where every state was. Yep. That's where all the gatherings were. So I couldn't get there. So I stayed next door at the Swiss Hotel. And that's how I got to Chicago. Now let's get to the fun stuff.
Yes.
Tell me about Thursday at the DNC.
So we telling our story now about how we met.
We gonna give them how our arcs came to meet at the top. So you tell me how you got to the roof, and I'll tell you how I got to the roof, and then we'll talk about what happened on the roof.
Okay, so the DNC, the tickets that they give you are free, right? And each ticket has a color on it, and that color coordinates to the section that you are allowed to sit in. So partners of mine, we call other employees at my job partners. So there were partners from the government relations team who lived in Chicago, who were attending as well, and who had attended all week because they were doing podcasts, meeting with people, and doing other things. So I met up with them once I got to Chicago, got settled in, showered, changed at my hotel, and met up for lunch. And the lunch place that we went to was probably only about 2, maybe max 3 blocks away from the United Center. So we get to the United Center, like we ate, and it was about 4 hours before the opening ceremony for that evening. And then around like the 3-hour mark, there were just massive amounts of people passing us, like walking briskly. And I was like, maybe we should wrap up this little lunch and head on over.
And get to where you're supposed to be, man.
Get to where we're
supposed to be.
Because I'm like, we'll get there when we get there. We'll walk right in.
No.
So we walk these blocks, right? And it's hot. So if you've never been to the Midwest in the summer, you would think up north is cool all the time. No.
Man.
Humidity is going to choke you. It's going to choke you. It's going to choke you. And I found out, okay, side tangent, because this is a side conversation. Do you know why it's so hot in the Midwest? Like humid in the summertime? Do you know? Corn sweat. I just found out about this. I'm born and raised in Milwaukee. Corn sweat is something that we all kind of found out about. There's so many cornfields, right? Like, a lot of fields of that.
Yeah.
During this time in their growing, it releases additional gases that makes the air humid. Corn sweat. Okay. I want you to look it up because it's a real thing. It is a real thing.
I'm going to look it up, but I'm afraid for that to be in my search history, so I'm going to allow you to keep going.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I digress. So we walk up to the United Center, walk into the area where like the line is. I'm thinking I'm just going to walk right up to the metal detectors. No, there are 500,000 people waiting in line, and the line is wrapped around the block. So we get in the line, and it's again hot, and we just standing. Probably was in line for about 2 hours.
My God.
Waiting in line. And talking with people around us. There was like a fake Donald Trump coming around with like blood on his hands, and like just so many characters and so many things that was happening in that line. So finally get in. We got to the front, and the guys that I was with was like, hey, it's all every man for himself, but we should save each other's seats. Like, everybody split up. We'll have a better chance of us finding seats in different sections and saving a seat for each other. So one was like, hey, Akila, take my suit coat and you put it on the seat. Like, you run to this section, put it on the seat, and say that I'm in the bathroom. I had like a bandana. He was like, I said, okay, take this. He was like, I'll save your seat if I find 2 seats. So I got this suit coat, and we get to the front, past the metal detectors, and he was like, go. So we just running, get inside. I get to a section, and there are no seats. I didn't ever tell you this, but this one lady, this Asian lady, I don't want to stereotype, but it was an Asian lady and man. They were saving a seat, and they kept saying you can't save seats. And she had like 5 seats. She was like almost in a split trying to hold these seats. So this white dude walks up and was like, they say you can't save no seat. I'm sitting right here.
Can't save no seats at the DNC.
Can't save it. And I was like, dang it, I should have did that. So it was a whole fight. Like, it was crazy. So other than that, it was a pretty cool night. So I didn't have no seat. I sit on the concrete steps and like next to a seat at the end. So we sitting there, and you crying, hugging the person next to you because this is history. Because they showing these videos before it even starts, like videos about Kamala Harris, and like why she became a lawyer.
Like
oh my God, what?
Kamala Harris.
So emotional, all the emotions. So we crying, weeping, and then a seat becomes available in that area. So I sit in it. So I'm like, oh, I'm in here. Baby, enter in an old black man with a veteran hat on.
Shout out to the veterans.
I had to give him my seat. I felt so bad.
You did. You had to give your seat up to the veteran.
Gave my seat up. Sat back on the steps because I was like, okay, cool. It's a whole bunch of people on steps.
We just here.
We just here. Like, they ain't gonna say nothing. No, fire marshal and fire people come through and was like, y'all got to get off these steps. If you ain't got no seat, you got to get out.
Scram. Get out of here.
They like, you can go up to the top. There's standing room only. You could go up there. So there's 2 elevators and 2,000 people trying to get to the top. And I was like,
he's not lying.
I'm not exaggerating. 2 elevators.
2 elevators.
2,000 people who don't have seats.
The more you talk about it, and I know I'm going to say my part.
Yes.
The logistics of that really just.
So bad.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We got
No, you can't interrupt. That's what we do.
I know, but go ahead.
Horrible. They overgave tickets. It was
what?
Like, it was horrible. It was so bad. But I'm grateful for it because I never would have met you. Okay, so
that's why we're here. All right, go ahead.
That's why we're here. So I walked around the area that, like, the outside area, like in the hallway, for a while. It was for a while. I got a hot dog, a $20 hot dog, and some tater tots.
It was how much?
It was like $20.
Nah, I didn't partake.
But it was cool. It was one of those things where you had to like do Apple Pay or scan your phone when you came in, and you
walked in, grabbed your stuff, and then the gate
and left. And it did that. So that was cool. Like, I wanted to experience that. So I was like, okay.
Oh, I like your shirt, man. That's dope.
Oh, thank you. Like Black women. All things Black women.
All things. Hashtag all things.
Hashtag. So, After a while, I'm sitting there and I was like, I should go. Like, I should just leave because I'm watching it on a screen in the hallway. I'm watching
Yeah.
the speakers. But something on the inside said, Beyonce is going to be here. And not something on the inside, it was the outside because people were talking about that. So they were like, Beyonce is going to be here. And I said, I have to breathe the same air as Beyonce. I have to. So I need to stay.
I ain't trying to get in no trouble with the hive. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I have to breathe the same air. Like, love Harris, love VP Harris, but like Beyonce, I need to be here. Beyonce, you don't say. So I got on, I braved the elevator. This is like
Beyonce, you don't say.
Beyonce, you don't say.
I promise you, there's a T-shirt out there that says Beyonce, you don't say. If
You
there's
know?
not, we're doing it. Don't. Y'all
Don't
know I'm a
steal that.
capitalist.
Don't
I'm
steal
putting.
that.
I'm print. Kelvin, print that. I'll call you. Go ahead. My bad.
Okay,
That's my
so
boy that
I
does my
get to
T-shirt.
the elevator, right? And there's like hundreds of people still waiting to get on this elevator. So I get to the elevator, get on finally, like I wait, and I had like 3 times that I was going to turn around as I'm inching forward, like just leave. Finally get on the elevator goes down instead of going up. And I was like, if this don't, I'm getting off because something ain't right. The elevator opens. We're in the basement. It opens and it's Pink. The singer Pink is right there. She's standing there. We had a delayed reaction because we were like, Pink. So then they start hitting the button. The Pink people start hitting the button to close the elevator.
Y'all ain't see us. All right,
we were like, oh my gosh. So we were the elevator went down to where everybody, speakers, performers, where they had to get on to come up. And you'll talk about that more. So that's where our elevator went. So we finally get up to the annex, to the whatever this place.
You said annex?
The annex, the attic.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I felt like that.
The annex is wild. That's so good. That's good.
And we were on the outside. So we go up and the doors open to the elevator. I took maybe 3 steps out, and that's where the people were. It was about 7 people deep from the bar where you can overlook the stadium. So imagine you're at like where you can stand and look to see. There's 7 rows of people rolled up behind, and that's where I stood. So I walked out. There was a guy, tall white guy. And I was like, is anybody standing here? He was like, no, you good. So I just stood right there. Couldn't see a thing. I'm just looking at the ceiling. Also, it is 130 degrees up there.
That's Fahrenheit.
And it's pitch black. There were no lights on. So that is how I got to the attic. Now, again, Derek was not there. It was me and a white guy who I did not know his name. And we were like, man, tight up here, ain't it? And he was like, yeah. And then that was it. So then I'm just standing, clapping when I hear other people clap. I don't know who's on the stage. I can't see them. The TV.
I can't see them. I don't know who's down there.
They're down there. We were above the Jumbotron.
We were literally,
which is so funny.
I'm not lying.
We were above it. So you had to look down to see the Jumbotron. I've talked enough. You give us your version of how you got up there.
She's not lying. Listen, like I was 3 feet from dapping up Jesus. Yes. So listen. So I got to Chicago Thursday. The big McKenzo, she told me that I had to go to the South Carolina group of the DNC that was at the Hyatt next door. I still didn't have a ticket. Like she was going to be able to get me in, but she just couldn't confirm how it was going to go down. And I was cool with it. Very thankful. So she was like, listen, they just finished breakfast. Like I had to be on ready to go. There was no waiting around. So she was like, they finished breakfast, go to the South Carolina room, tell them, you Derek, you need a ticket or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And again, first come, first serve. Very
First
important.
come, first serve. First come, first serve.
So I go running over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the sub basement. I go down there. It's everyone. It was chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in the South Carolina room. They're scampering, picking up papers. You, trying to figure out who's who, who's going where. So I just like, hey, y'all.
Hey, can I get it?
I'm Derek. I'm Mackenzie's
I'm a friend
friend.
of a friend.
This lady was like, who? I was like, yep, I'm not going.
You ain't gonna make it.
I'm going to watch this from the bar.
You're not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, my friend Mackenzie, she couldn't make it. South Carolina, this, that, and the third. She's like, okay, like stand to the side. And so like I kind of hovered up again, just thankful to be in the number. So she finally gets back to me. She's like, listen, it's tight in here. We're gonna try. We're gonna see what we can do. I'll have somebody contact you, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, all right, I tried,
right.
Whatever. So I go back to the hotel room, kind of put my clothes on, figure I'll watch it from somewhere. It's still a bunch of people in the hotel and stuff. So I get a call. It was Buddy. He was like, hey, listen, he was like, you Derek? I was like, yeah. He was like, listen, I got a ticket for you, but you got to come right now. And I was like, say less. I threw my slacks on, my jacket. Y'all know I don't wear no suits.
Them legs was gone.
Threw that on, blazer, and what did you say? The cornfield sweat heat?
Yes. Corn sweat.
In the corn sweat heat.
It was so
I'm never gonna forget that. That's a wicked line. So
hot.
I go running over there, get a ticket. Now, here's the thing about the tickets. Tickets are color coordinated. Right.
Yep, like I said.
Important.
Yep.
Very important. So they had buses that would take you over there. I was like, I'm not gonna make it with all these people getting on that bus. So I got a lift. Shout out to the black woman driving my lift. She was like, we ain't going around with all these. They don't know where they're going. She zoom. She get me to a little spot. I was like, listen, twin, you can put me out right here. I appreciate you. I get out, I see a crowd. That line was as thick or wide as the street.
So ridiculous.
I'm not lying.
It was
as thick as the street, and it wrapped around.
Oh my God!
All the way around. It was so many people. I had not seen that many people before. I go to Falcons games. I go to a lot of sports events. Stuff like that. It was so many people, and we're all in suits. Women in suits. We're all dressed up. It's church on a Thursday. We dressed
up.
So they was like, hey, listen, there's a line on the other side. I was like, say less. So I went, go to the front of the United Center. Nobody up there.
Wild.
I walked straight in.
Why didn't they tell us this?
Hey, man, listen. Somebody told me years ago that I had favor, and I'd be standing in it.
Okay.
I'd be standing in it.
You be standing somewhere with me in that attic, but go ahead. Go ahead, finish your story.
That was nice. So I get in, and so I'm walking around. Now, mind you, also Thursdays used to be my therapy session days. I don't miss therapy. So I had therapy at 6:30 on Thursdays. So I wasn't gonna miss it. I was gonna take the call and just chop it up with my therapist, let her know what's going on. So I get in there, walk in. It's like the who's who of Black excellence and Black celebrities. I chopped it up. Don Staley walked by. What's up, coach? I saw Charlamagne the God. Shout out to South Carolina. I saw a bunch of reporters and political influencers that I had been following on TikTok that kind of got me invested into this. Saw all of them. It was dignitaries, people with security. It was wild.
Oh, it was wild.
So one thing about me, when I go places, I want to be in the exclusive parts of said places. I just do. It is. I'm going to try. When I go to games, I'm trying to be somewhere where I ain't supposed to be, but I'm going to act like I'm supposed to be there.
Okay.
So I was like, and mind you, during all of this, the actual program of the DNC is going on.
It's going on.
It started. It's people on the stage. It's going on.
People on the stage. Presenters coming out.
So I'm like, man. So my ticket is orange. Orange mean you up there.
Correct.
Keep
walking.
I was like, that's an option. Last resort. I'll go up there if I got to. So I started off.
You thought that was a suggestion?
Yeah, I was like, man, I made it.
It wasn't a mandate.
I'll slide. One of the door people, like, a little 2020 something like that. When I tell you, so I started walking off. I didn't tell you this part. There was people like blocking the walkways to get into certain sections. They were like, were you already here? Are you coming from the restroom getting food? Because there ain't no seats up there. If you weren't already here, you ain't getting up there.
You ain't getting in.
Blocked, like barricaded, blocked off with volunteers. You're not getting in. So I was like, I need to find a stairwell because, again, there's only 2 elevators. I find a stairwell. That stairwell just happens to go to the basement. So I said, let me walk down to the basement. Now, mind you, I got my therapist on the phone. She can verify that. I go through.
Committing crimes.
Hey, don't do that. I go through, open the door. Open the door. It's a security checkpoint. Volunteers, though. It's 2 white tea ladies. They at the counter.
Okay.
It's like, hey, how's it going? Now, mind you, I'm on the phone with my therapist. So I'm like, yeah. Chopping up. So in my I knew what I was going to do. I was like, I'm gonna hit him with the flash of the pass, act like I was supposed to be there. Keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
I'm on the phone with my therapist. Yeah, this is that's. I think my TV just turned on.
What?
Can you hear that?
I can't hear it. No.
All right, then forget it. That scared me.
That's my home is like blood full of Jesus.
That blue screen scared me. Ooh, I got goosebumps. So anyway, so I flashed my pass. It was like, oh yeah, coming. I was like, oh my gosh, I made it. So I'm walking in. I'm like, I'm down there. I'm seeing security.
Right.
I'm seeing they got military security. I'm talking M4s.
Oh yeah. Oh, they wasn't playing.
They got all that stuff.
They wasn't playing.
No. So I'm like, well, I'm here. So I look, and there's the opening to the floor. I'm like, man, I done made it down here now. Like, I'm in here. Like, you here. So I pick my phone back up. Yeah, Now, mind you, I get away with 2 aunties this time. I go, yeah, pass, sir. Oh, yeah. I flash it. So I'm thinking I'm good. I go to step. All I felt was.
She said, hold on, baby.
She said, let me see it again.
Run me that back. You knew at that moment, you knew you was caught.
That she said, now, baby.
Now you know you ain't supposed to be.
I said, I know, auntie. I know, man. I know.
Can you let me slide?
She said, listen, just go on back.
Just go. Just leave.
Thankfully, I went on back.
Okay.
I went on back. I'm down there. Now I'm down there amongst clothes, dressing rooms, every media outlet's down there. Like, it's pure people running around. It's pure chaos down there. At one point, I saw like a clothing rack that was all dry cleaned, white clothes for women business suits, black business suits. I was like, oh man, that must be Beyonce clothes or VP hairs. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. So I go to Sears. I stood at the elevator for 45 minutes trying to get out of the basement.
Oh, yes.
Black lady on there, older black woman. She was in a wheelchair. Every time she came down twice. She basically had the young, you go to the airport and they kind of push you. So the young man was standing with her and she kept going like, this my flow? This ain't my flow. Let's try another one. She did that twice. It got to the point. It was like, take that lady off that elevator. Get off the elevator. Get off the elevator. So at one point, I just couldn't take it no more. I jumped on the elevator. We was crammed. So from the sub basement, you had to get to the roof. It stopped on every floor.
And it is so many floors.
So many floors.
So many floors.
I'm getting up, going up, not getting off. One point I got off, I was able to jump back on. I messed up. I got to the 6th floor, I believe. So I jumped off. I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to get up on this floor, walk around, and get to the section I'm supposed to be at where Twin was. I get off. This is the floor, ain't it? This is the media side.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
They had the whole media on that floor blocked off. If you didn't have a blue media credential, you're not supposed to be on that floor.
And Twin, when I got to the top, I could see that there were available seats in that section.
On the other side, media.
There were seats.
Media.
They would not give us a seat.
Media. And not just regular media. I'm talking like content creators too. And that's the other thing.
That pissed me off.
News and the CBS people, they did not like them content creators.
They pissed me off, and they also pissed the real media people off. Yes.
They were hot.
They were
so
hot.
I get up there. I ain't supposed to be on that floor. So they holding us back like, hey, don't move. Like next thing I know is like, clear to the side, clear to the side. Here come Governor Tim Walz. Governor Tim Walz. He come. How's it doing? How's it going? He got his security detail. Them dudes were not playing.
They was packed.
They had, and I'm a two-way till I die. Them boys had them things on them.
Jeez.
Mask on.
They wasn't playing that day, baby.
So anyway, got out of there. I was like, all right, back on the elevator. Drop on up. Finally, I get off. 16 feet down from heaven. It opens up. First of all, it was so humid.
It was so hot.
As soon as that elevator door opened, like you felt the humidity. And I'm claustrophobic, like really bad.
Oh, dude.
So when I jumped off, Twin wasn't lying. It was people like right there. But I noticed, I was like, where am I stand? So I didn't want to, you couldn't walk around.
No.
And so I saw this shorter black woman with a blonde wig on. She had a blue fit. She had a blue fit and some sneaks on. I was like, I'm gonna just slide right here because hashtag black woman. They'll protect you if you just cool with. So I just slid right there. So we standing there, and gradually we just start randomly chopping it up and seeing what's going on, what was what, and we got to experience the DNC together. And it was what did you? And there's a lot of stuff we could talk. We could talk about all the people we met, the Palestine Patty, the wheelchair lady. What was your take ultimately from that experience at the DNC?
My take was like, that was number one, that was the most American that I've ever felt. Like, I felt like that is what America was supposed to be. Just many faces, not a melting pot, because a melting pot merges everybody into one identity. So I know that used to be the saying, like, we're a melting pot. We're not. Like, I felt like in that moment, everybody was able to show up as they were, and we were here to prop up this hope against tyrant, against all of that. And again, that was the most American I ever felt. There was at one point, remember they were handing out those flags to us at the end. They want us to wave them flags.
I am a real American.
I don't know how those flags, people was just, it was crazy. Like, they would just pass out stuff and people would just pass it behind their head. And then you just like take some and then you keep on passing it. And then then somebody just like, well, put a flag in your hand. And I remember having that flag and I was like, I am not taking this flag.
I ain't that invested.
I ain't that American. But I did say that if she won, I would put an American flag in front of my house. Like, I would reclaim the American flag. Because in my mind, and again, this is probably getting ahead, but in my mind, when I see the American flag on someone's car, on someone's home, on someone's body, on someone's hat, to me, that signifies I ain't messing with you. Because you're racist. You don't like me. Okay? Let's just be honest. I'm not your pick.
Hard, but it's fair. Sad, but it's true.
I'm sorry. So back to your question though, like how did I feel? What was my biggest takeaway? Was I felt 98%, probably a little bit less, that she was gonna win. Because I was like, we can't make this mistake again, right? Like there were other Republican politicians that had held seats that were like, I am not a Republican anymore, or I am still a Republican, but I'm not voting for him. I am voting for her. Like they were on the stage, not just people in the audience. They were on the stage speaking and saying, hey, I'm a Republican. I voted for him once. I was dumb. I'm sorry. I failed you all. I am not doing it again. I'm speaking to every Republican.
I think that's the part that people miss, is that they were like legit Republicans.
They were legit. They were legit
over on that stage saying like, listen, I never thought I would be here, but I wanted to be on the right side of history.
That's what I'm saying.
Over here is where the right side of history was. I thought that was. I was like, yo, we
got this.
Yeah.
I literally was like, hearing that, like, we got this. Like, this is what's going to happen. But I did leave. Like, there was still a percentage of me that was like, they still ain't ready. No. They still ain't ready. They're still mad that Obama won, not just won once, but won twice. And they are determined to never let that happen again. Even if it's fair. Like, I knew it was going to be some cheating involved because there was so much support. Like, that, and I know people will be like, well, you were in a vacuum, you know, what you saw was in a vacuum. No, it really wasn't, because there were people who I personally know, who I have known for decades, who are Republicans, like literally that were like, we can't vote for him again. We voted for him before, we're not doing it. So I was like, I know people that are turning the tide on this.
Yeah.
So I left with hope. I was there with hope. It was very emotional. You would cry next to somebody, you know. I know I did.
I ain't crying.
I was crying with somebody. We rocking. Ooh. White lady, you know, we
rocking like Florida Evans off of Good Times.
Yes. James. Exactly. Oh God. We shall overcome. No, I didn't say that.
And it went
but you know, that's kind of how I was, and that's kind of how I left. I mean, I left with achy feet and shins, barely able to walk because we were standing in one spot on concrete for so many hours. But what about you? What were your feelings?
In that moment, I wanted to go there to experience a once in a lifetime event. I wasn't able to experience President Obama like in person, but I felt as though I didn't want to miss out on something that was going to be monumental in history. Monumental in history, to where it's one of those things where you just had to be there. Had to be there. And especially for me, as you know, I'm hashtag all things Black women. I had to be there for potentially the first Black woman president of the United States. The unity was something. It was, you know, kids, they'd be like the vibes, and the vibes. It was the hope that was in the air, the enthusiasm, the proudness of like, yo, we recognize what's on the other side. We don't want to be a part of that. We're going to fight this. And standing there and embracing all of that and hearing everyone speak, you know, that's the portion where I was like, yeah, we're about to change the world. And that's what catapulted me into, you know, what we'll talk about in other episodes forward, in regards to my political space. So that's what I remember the most. You know what I also remember? Beyonce wasn't there.
Beyonce? You don't say.
Beyonce wasn't there.
So
now,
I was upset.
I had to help Twin, because Twin, you know, is right here. And this is where I feel like we came to bond. You know, in Twin couldn't really see because we were 7 people back.
Correct.
So I would take her phone. I really wanted her to get like good shots and videos of what was going on. So I would take her phone and be like, and then she would move my elbow.
I would be like, get it over here.
Now, mind you, we just met.
And don't even know each other's
Don't
names.
even know each other's name. Don't know nothing. I'm thinking she co-workers with the YT dude next to her. Come to find out, don't know who he is. And if you ever get to see this episode, sir, please join us.
Please contact.
We want to know who. Tell him real quick. You saw his phone screen.
So this is how I knew I was safe next to this Waihite man. So he's like texting, and then his screen locks, right? And I'm nosy. I'm gonna look at everything because I'm short and he was tall. He was taller than you, so he was tall. So I look over like he had a black woman and him nestled up as his lock screen. I said, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good." Listen, he ain't gonna let nothing happen to me.
He was not part of the
beautiful
program.
Black, dark.
He had a whole black, dark-skinned woman on his lock screen, main screen. I said,
"We good.
I appreciate you.
We locked in, literally."
So we stood up there all night.
All night.
We never sat down. There were no seats up there.
There was nowhere to sit.
For hours. We stood up there. We saw what's the girl from the woman from Scandal?
Kerry Washington.
You keep doing it.
I keep doing it. I'm sorry.
We saw her. Bless her.
Now we might be cousins.
I got a picture. Because they had the TVs up there. I was like,
no, the screens did her bad because she looked like an alien.
The screens did that woman so bad.
It did her bad.
I was like, oh no.
It did her bad. It did. Ooh, it was bad. It was bad.
Mind you, the screens was like this.
Yes.
And her head was like this.
Now you ain't right.
Sorry. Still love her though. I love Scandal. I love Discretion.
Yes.
So we was up there forever. We was waving flags. And
holding up signs. I was fanning you.
Holding up signs. You were fanning me. You dropped that boy jacket. You were standing on that boy jacket. The jacket that she mentioned in the beginning. And she thought I was going. I come full circle, y'all. I come for it.
It was so hot on my arm. I had to put it down.
How long did it when you got back to Milwaukee? How long did it take before you gave that boy back his jacket?
It was probably like 2 weeks.
That's a crying shame. That's a crying shame, bro. That's a shame.
Perry, if you're watching, I love you and I love your jacket. You know what's crazy? I never told you this. He had a pair of sunglasses inside the pocket of his suit jacket.
They survived?
You know how they survived.
Hey, how they move?
Because we serving all time, God.
I put that in my Shonda. My God.
God is good all the time.
All the time. All the time. God is good.
That deserves a praise right there.
That's it. Listen, once I figure out how to put some praise break music on here, it's about to get real crazy. So, and that's what y'all can expect from us. So that's all right. That's us. You will refer to each other as twin a lot because like we genuinely since the day this airs today, we've spoken to each other every day.
Every day. I mean, sometimes for like on the phone for hours.
And y'all know I don't be on the phone like that.
I do not like talking on the phone.
We'll talk.
Yes.
We're gonna bring y'all behind the fold. Like we're gonna definitely talk a lot of political stuff because that's where we are. That's the foundation of our friendship. We're gonna talk about a lot of activism. What it looked like volunteering for Kamala going into. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about some pretty side conversation type stuff. We're both divorced.
Yep.
Both out here single, trying to whatever
trying to whatever. Trying to whatever is wild, but it's also true.
Atlanta's not a real place, man.
It's not. I tell you that all the time. And like guys, like for real, I don't know if it's gonna be one person watching this or 100, and that's okay because we like talking to each other.
We gonna be here.
We gonna be here. We gonna be
these lights, this cameras, iPads. I got
all
water. We gonna be here.
We gonna be here. But one thing we gonna be is real with each other and with ourselves, because we've had to have some really real conversations about love, about money, about our childhood, about our religious upbringing. Like, I'm a church girl, like through and through. What do you call me, twin?
The big COGIC.
That's it.
Actually,
baby.
I'm gonna tag that at the bottom of your little block down here. I'm gonna put the big COGIC. I got all the stuff. I'm
okay. I don't mind. I don't care.
I'm gonna put the big COGIC.
Born in. Okay, so
we're gonna talk a lot churchy in here.
We're gonna be churchy. We're gonna be, because that's who I am. But I'm so excited that you
here she go again.
Shut up. I'm so glad to be here.
So glad to be here.
Standing before you today.
Standing Pastor Bishop Long, friends, Episcopal Lutheran. Amen. I want to thank you all for allowing me to experience.
All right. May the Lord watch.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because that's how she is.
Because that is how I am.
Anyway, listen, this has been great. Yeah. Welcome. We want to welcome y'all. We're very excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can tell it's going to be very random. I'm not cutting out nothing. No. I'm not. It's 2025. It's 2025. Everybody getting canceled. So we gonna swing for the fences.
Correct.
Anything you want to say before I get up out of here? Before we shut this bad boy down?
No, grace and peace to you, and peace be multiplied.
All right, y'all, listen. That's Akila. I'm Derek. This has been Side Conversations. Peace.